I now want to recognize Riley Gaines, and followed by Paula Scanlon.
Good afternoon. It is so great to be back in the great state of Texas, although the temperature, 105, that is like what I cook things in the oven at, so that's crazy. But for a sports analogy, today feels like that one meet, that one race that you train all year for, but we win. It's an accumulation of hard work on behalf of myself, the legislators here, Governor Abbott, and so I'm just so grateful. But my name is Riley Gaines, and I'm advisor for the Independent Women's Voice, and I am proudly here today to recognize and thank Governor Greg Abbott for standing up for women and girls and signing the Save Women's Sports Act. This is huge news, not only for Texans, but for girls across the country. This new law will protect the integrity of women's sports by prohibiting men from competing against female athletes at Texas colleges and universities. It's pretty amazing that this law is even necessary. If you have eyes and a brain and any amount of common sense, you can easily comprehend the fact that men on average, and this is a fact, are taller, stronger, more powerful, can jump higher than women. It's biological reality. But unfortunately, we live in such a time where it is somehow controversial to say men and women are different in a way that makes those with Y chromosomes who have gone through male puberty have an unfair advantage in competition where strength and speed are required. And I know this based on my own not-so-unique personal experience. Prior to joining Independent Women's Voice, I was a student athlete at University of Kentucky, where I proudly finished my career as a 12-time NCAA All-American, a 5-time SEC champion. I'm actually still the SEC record holder in the 200 butterfly, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time, and a 2-time Olympic trial qualifier. On March 17th of 2022, my teammates and I, as well as hundreds of female swimmers from universities around the country, were forced to undress beside and compete against male named Lia Thomas. Thomas was allowed to compete in the women's division after competing his entire collegiate career, including the 3 years prior, as Will Thomas at University of Pennsylvania, ranking 462nd at best. We all watched on the side of the pool as Thomas swam to a national title in the 500-yard freestyle, beating out the most impressive and accomplished female swimmers this world has ever seen. Olympians, American record holders by body lengths. Thomas and I ended up racing in the 200-yard freestyle, and we tied down to the 100th of a second. Not even 1/100th separated us. Everything that transpired after we climbed out of that pool made clear to me that the NCAA was explicitly violating Title IX and discriminating against women on the basis of our sex. And what mattered most to the NCAA was validating the feelings of a male. The NCAA handed me the 6th place trophy and told me I had to go home empty-handed. And when I asked why, they told me that Thomas had to have the trophy when pictures were being taken. That's what they were advised. I was shocked. I felt betrayed and belittled and reduced down to a photo op. But we've seen this trend occur across the globe. It's happening to girls of all ages and all sports and in all divisions. Not only can I attest to the tears that I witnessed from finishers on the pool deck who missed out on being named an All-American by 1 place, I can attest to the anger and the frustration and the whispers of those. There were whispers of anger and frustration from these girls who, just like myself, had worked our entire lives to get to that meet. And I can attest to the fact that their parents are so discouraged as they see their daughters undermined, and I can attest to the extreme discomfort in the locker room when you turn around and there's a 6'4", 22-year-old male fully intact with an exposing male genitalia inches away from where you're simultaneously undressing. Those parents I mentioned who are discouraged, they too are looking for solutions and for someone to boldly stand up for women and girls in sport. Listen to them, have empathy for them, and fight for their rights for fair play. In 1972, Congress enacted Title IX to end unjust sex discrimination in all aspects of education, including collegiate athletics. Although Title IX does not apply to the NCAA itself, it applies to the colleges and universities that make up the membership of that NCAA. And these institutions are required to provide equal athletic opportunities for members of both sexes. Make no mistake about it. By allowing male athletes to displace female athletes in the pool or on the track and field or on that podium, the NCAA and its member colleges intentionally discriminate on the basis of sex, which is why we must champion leaders like Governor Greg Abbott for standing up for women and girls, as well as Senator Mays Middleton and Valerie Swanson, the sponsors of this bill on both the House and Senate side. I couldn't be more grateful for them. When Governor Abbott signed the Save Women's Sports Act this summer, he sent a message to approximately 15 million Texan women that they will be treated fairly on the playing fields, in the sport arenas, and inside the locker rooms. Governor Abbott, thank you for respecting our right to fair play, safe spaces, and privacy.
Thank you.